welcome. We not for sale.
We not.
We're not for
We
sale.
not for sale.
Hey, it's a brand new month. We at the table. This your boy MK in the house. Yeah, it's September 1st.
Oh, man, rent came.
You got to pay that shit.
Oh, my gosh. Tell me about it.
What's up? Too Sick in the house. Say what's up to the people.
Hello. Too Sick the Great. You know what I'm saying? I'm here with all my wonderful brothers here. And so happy to see these guys, man. Some of them look a little bit, displaced, but we're going to love them anyway. And next to me, I got my brother, Jai, in the building.
Hey, Jai, personally, the abolitionist, the Lincoln lawyer, but definitely trying to end slavery. Just out here on this fine Sunday, first of the month, first Sunday.
Yeah.
You know, there's a lot of good things today. Here with my man C-Note, straight from the Bay to L.A. What's going on,
Man, it's C-Note Collins. You know, if I was from Inglewood or Compton, I'd probably be like B-Note Collins, but, a.k.a. Hollywood. It feels good to be here, man. It feels good to see y'all.
To your left.
To my left, man. The debonair brother of them all. My gosh. Right, give him a little.
The one and only.
Okay.
Ooh, he got a first time.
Hello.
Yes. It is
First
I.
take, shorty. Let's go.
How you guys doing? Listeners, loved ones, family, beloved. What's happening? It's your boy RJ Lewis. And to my left, I have none other than my brother Jay Westrada in the building.
Westrada in the building. Hello, hear me loud and clear with an echo.
Hey,
there you go.
It's your boy here, and I'm feeling blessed. I just came in, and I just seen this real furry Nike Air
Oh, my
sweater
God.
my guy
We
Too
gotta
Sick is
address it.
wearing. I mean, like, it just made me start smiling, man. It's a beautiful thing. He in his own world. I'd never seen that before in my life.
Too Sick the Great.
Nobody at the big three had that
It's a
on.
beautiful sweater. Don't get me wrong.
He got on
From
a
the
polar
big three, I
bear
didn't see
Nike.
Nobody with that one on.
Forget the temperature. This is fall now.
I just didn't
I'm
expect
going
to
to wear
see
my
that.
fur.
That's Mr. Nike Air right there.
Pictures coming soon to Instagram.
Tell me, Wes, where can we find these pictures at, bro? Of this sweater. They want to see it. Where we at?
Oh, yeah, we at We Not For Sale. That's at WEKNOTFORCELL. We Not For Sale, at We Not For Sale.
And you got to check that out on Instagram because Wes took a bunch of
Oh, yeah,
video
y'all
of
going
this,
to see this one. I'm going to make it live for you.
But can we call it a sweater? Is that really a
It's
sweater?
really
It's like
polo
it's
bear.
out of
It's
this world.
like, what is that, Sino? You in the
I don't
fashion?
know. That
I mean,
motherfucker look like a
Have you seen that one?
lavish towel made into a sweatshirt. Like, I don't know. Like that.
Meanwhile,
It's
let's
alpaca.
be clear. Hollywood is wearing the shorts to my sweater.
I
got some Velvet Supreme shorts over there.
I got the shorts on. Hey.
Y'all just make me
Everybody
smile,
got on
man.
terry cloth.
Yo, you got to see this, so make sure you go to Instagram and check it out. Trust me, you're going to love this sweater. You're going to see the companion shorts.
At We
You're
Not
going
For
to see
Sale.
Jaya
Sure.
with his Hawaiian shirt on and his tight-ass shorts. Like, it's all about it today.
Yeah.
we
man, it's a beautiful
might
thing,
crop
man.
that nigga out.
Oh, man.
Nah, don't crop them out.
man,
Just crop
hold
out the
on.
shorts, man. You good.
man, my
These some
shorts
very
is
blessed
fly,
brothers,
man.
ladies and gentlemen. I'm in front of some very blessed brothers, man.
Hey, yo, so let's talk about it. What's going on this week? Current affairs. Sino, talk to me, brother. What's going on with you?
Oh, man. Well, we just coming off of the heels of that chicken sandwich that Popeyes dropped like a mixtape, set the whole world on fire so much that they all out of chicken patties, man. I mean, they made the announcement that they are all out of chicken sandwiches in the nation. So, it's kind of crazy. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know Black Twitter was going to stir up such a fuss over a chicken sandwich. Did I go try it? Yes, I did. It was delicious.
You got one?
Yeah, I got one. I was able, man, that was like Jordan's, dog. Like, everybody was lining up to get them. The line was out the parking lot. People, like, was throwing
And you
tantrums.
waited in that line.
You fell into
I
the
didn't
trap,
wait in
huh?
the, I didn't wait in line. Here's the thing, man. It's a chicken fucking sandwich. Let me just get it like that. Like, I just want to go try the chicken sandwich. I ended up being pretty good, and that's all it was. I wasn't cooning nothing on the IG. Oh, this sandwich so good, resale price. I wasn't doing none of that. I like chicken. Don't get, shoot me. You know what I'm saying? I tried the chicken sandwich, compared it to Chick-Fil-A's. It was a better tasting chicken sandwich. The bun was super soft. The pickles were extra thick, and it was more crispy.
Did it actually taste like chicken, though?
Oh yeah,
It did. It did.
I tried it
Yeah.
as well.
Oh,
Yeah.
sick.
Yeah,
You
I
had
tried-
one too?
yeah.
Yeah.
I actually was able to
breaking
get
news.
both of them.
Yeah.
The classic and the
And the spicy. I went with the spicy.
The spicy was way too hot. You know what I'm
See,
saying?
I like hot. I went
It
with
was
the spicy.
it was way too hot. But the classic was the better choice. But here's the thing: I was more so, I was more so upset to hear that the sandwich made $27 million. You know what I'm saying? And I just was like, God damn, how does a fucking sandwich make $27 million? And that they did no commercials.
Yeah, Black Twitter.
All from Black Twitter.
Yeah.
Like it destroyed me. That I was like, damn, what can Simply Wholesome do that can get $27 million coming through there in one day?
I could tell you. You want me to tell you?
What?
It's what we're going to be talking about later on in the show, but it's the power of social media.
Yeah. Yeah, as you can see.
We need a few more Simply Wholesomes to sell that many chicken sandwiches.
I mean, bullshit. I mean, it was
Popeyes
hey, it was it's shit. They had lines.
Well, let me ask you a question.
What I'm saying? Like stupid lines, like worse than In and Out.
Yeah. So, I mean, I know you go to Chick-Fil-A a lot.
Yeah.
Which do you prefer?
Well,
loyalty.
Right.
Here's the thing, though.
And neither one of them is our sponsor, right, Ray?
Hey, we're not sponsored by none of the motherfuckers.
All right, speak on it.
Now.
Here's the thing. Popeyes, they had a better sandwich.
All right.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Was it healthier?
But who cares about that? We was for the fucking sandwich.
And last week you was in the pool working out.
Hey, here's the thing. Here's the thing to everybody listening.
Jason for 1 week.
Every brother at this, table, I think, practice a healthy lifestyle. But yes, we
Right.
drink, we smoke from time to time. Some of us, we eat some bullshit, and we ate some bullshit. We compared the bullshit, and that's it. You know what I'm saying? I don't want no judgment. Jason's not here. Josh, don't you start that shit because I see you shaking your head at us and discussing everything. But hey, man, like we ate the chicken sandwich, and that's
West
done.
don't eat that bull.
Oh man.
Wes, what you think of the uproar when you heard about it? Were you like, damn, these people are crazy as fuck? Go get a plant.
Wes said the devil's in that sandwich.
Hey,
He
man.
called me and said the devil's in that sandwich.
Hey,
Don't
man,
eat it.
It really is a influence, base, driven economy these days. One person see a person post something and say, "Oh, this is delicious," and they're really popular, and it kind of just trickle down to everyone else. I think it's funny though, because I always see In and Out lines like going around the block,
Right.
And that's an everyday thing, and to see Chick-fil-A just. I mean,
Gotcha.
in Popeyes, yeah, they all the same to me in my category. But to see them both kind of like just go back at it, being that Chick-fil-A, I guess, has the more supreme chicken sandwich out of all the fast food restaurants, it was just funny to me. I just kind of like laughed at it, and to see everybody kind of like buy into that was, it was just very interesting, because if you go to the hashtag Popeyes, because I did a little social experiment, it's all black people. If you go to the hashtag Popeyes,
Right.
it's all black
Hello.
people. And I'm like, they're destroying
Black Twitter.
they're destroying the African race. Oh my God.
Hey,
27 million.
I'm
It
not-
tells you.
Popeyes ate spinach too. That's what tripped me out.
Yeah,
Man, bar. That's a bar.
But the funny thing about it is, I'm watching this shit on the news, and all I see is white people going to Popeyes. I ain't never seen
saw
a white person.
I saw a lot of white people in the Popeyes I went to.
Man,
White
front,
people
they throwing
watch
that chicken
Black
sandwich
Twitter.
away.
They watch Black
front.
Twitter too.
White people watch Black
They
Twitter.
definitely watch
Yeah,
Black
they're trying to
Twitter.
influence.
Look,
See, but niggas made more so jokes about it. You know what I'm saying? About
Which I
the
thought was,
sandwich.
some of the motherfuckers was funny.
Some of
Then
them
you
mean.
had- then you had a nigga on there that had like 15 sandwiches.
Trying
in
to
the bag,
resell.
Was trying to resell, like he had turned the sandwiches into like the Jordans or something like that. Like, just crazy shit.
so we got this beautiful day in LA, and we had some things going on in the city. I know you went and checked out the Big Three.
Oh yeah, the
How was
Big
that?
Three. It was dope, man. I had never been in the building for a professional championship before. And it's the Big Three, and it's half court, and it's in the second season. But I don't care. I was in the building for the confetti falling, the balloons. They set up the stage, and it was dope, man. And it was real high quality product
Right.
out there on the floor. They were hooping.
Had you ever seen a Big Three live before? Or had you
No,
seen it on
I'd
TV?
seen like 3-on-3 tournaments with real
Right.
good street players, but I'd seen it on TV. But seeing it live just was a little bit different. It was quick, it was fast. The two games, the third and fourth place game was a dope game as well.
Right.
Yeah, it
And
was.
then, Joe Johnson, he went off, man. He did his thing. So I really enjoyed it. Cube had his little performance. Snoop came out on the floor with
Started
him as
walking.
like the background dancer almost, just showing love. that's what I love. And, to be a part of that, just be in the building on the ground floor in the second year, I was happy about that.
Yeah, a lot of support for Cube. A lot of people came out of all races.
Yeah. Meta was in
celebrities, Jeannie Buss, Snoop Dogg, Debo, he was up in there. So it was just good to see everybody just support a brother, a black-owned league, professional league, and just be there and show up. That's real important for us.
And Lisa Leslie, we got a shout out.
Oh, yeah, shout out. Yeah,
from Inglewood, And she shouted out. She said, this started out in Inglewood.
That's right.
So it was the team that she coaches is the one that won.
Yeah, that won.
That's what's up, man.
Shout out.
That's a lot of credentials for her.
Right. Yeah. What y'all think, though? You think the league will survive? I mean, are we ready for that?
I think Kobe looking at it like, I killed him nigga. And I think Kobe might want to hop in there. I mean, know better than me, Wes, but it's...
LeBron was sidelined. He was looking at it like he wanted to be like, okay, this is something I want to do after my post-career. So it's good to see him come out being that he's the most, looked at influential in the league right now. And, in my opinion, the best player in the league.
He want to buy into it because LeBron got to own half the shit he deal with.
It's good to see that support, though.
So I saw this shit too. I was watching TMZ and it just like popped up on my shit about your boy Kevin Hart. Man, is he all right?
I'm praying that he is. Like the article that I read was that he he wasn't the driver. 2 male, female. Female didn't have any hospital injuries.
Right.
But as far as him and the other male in the car, they suffered some back injuries. I heard that he was able to walk home, but then later seek some medical attention. But prayers out to Kevin, man.
Yeah.
That's one cat that's at the top of his game right now, doing a lot of great things, and just hoping that he comes away from this unharmed.
Kev, we praying for your boy.
Real quick before we get into the topic of today, speaking of comedians, did y'all see Dave Chappelle?
Oh my gosh, did I?
Man, that was
on the
great.
money. Like you know what?
Every joke.
He's controversial as fuck, but I appreciate how unapologetic he is, and really, I mean, a lot of that shit he was talking, I agreed with. Like he was pretty on point.
You talking about like the faggot shit?
He had a good point there. I probably wouldn't come out just brass, but but
2-6. What'd you say?
The faggot shit.
Okay, there we go.
Dave said it. I didn't say it. Dave said it.
Okay, all right.
Faggot.
Hey, you couldn't wait.
Oh man,
He couldn't wait to come out with that.
it's like it's 1992 in here.
But that's
Oh, man.
that's hey. Wait.
Hey.
I didn't say it. Dave said it. Dave said that they told him he couldn't use the word faggot.
Your
And then
defensive
they said, but he said, okay, but I can use the word nigga. And then the lady say, well, you're not gay. He said, I'm not a nigga either.
He's a nigger.
I like that, man.
But I like how he spun a lot of things, even talking about, starting it off with Anthony Bourdain, had one of the best, jobs in the world, eating great food, traveling. Like, you look at this cat, like he has it all.
Right.
And we can circle back even through, perception through social media, but you could think, someone has it all and their life is perfect, like he said, hung himself in a luxury apartment in France. Like, you never know what people are struggling to
you never know what people are going through.
And the dude that fell from grace, that's the manager of Foot Locker, didn't even occur to him.
Nah, nigga, I'm looking good. I gotta work some shit out, but I'm looking good.
Hey, that shit is hilarious. Make sure you check that out. Shout out to Dave
Definitely.
Chappelle. That shit was funny as fuck. But let's get into this week's topic. We're going to talk a little bit about social media, but first, I just want to talk a little bit about like family relations and just relationships in general with your friends. And the things that gets me, especially sometimes you're out and about and you meet somebody for the first time or whatever, before they can finish asking you your name, it's always like, so what do you do there, Mike? Oh, that was my white person voice. Hey, what do you do there, Mike?
Got that.
And the funny thing about it is I never tell people what I do.
Right.
Because I'm always curious why you want to know and why is that so important? I work at Taco Bell. I'm the guy that makes the eggs. Does that give you like a different opinion of me?
It gives them a different...
Here in LA,
Definitely, because they know how much respect to give you. You know what I'm saying? If you're just a guy that's doing the eggs, it's like, especially here in LA, it's like, okay, I don't need him. Like I'm trying to get into
I mean, as blood as he is, that's truth. There's a lot of truth with that.
Like I don't need to know him.
Fortunately.
I don't need to exchange numbers with him. He's a cool guy. Hope I see him in the bar again, but fucking guy cooks eggs. I don't need him. Now, if you came out and you said, hey, well, I'm producing the show. Bingo.
Yeah. Emmy nominated.
Are you serious? I just moved from Ohio. I've been looking for someone to work with.
Here's my reel.
I wrote 40 books. None of them sold, and I'm here. I just packed it all up and came here, and I'm ready to do it. It's like, okay. And then, the funny thing about it is you may exchange numbers with this person. They call you 40 times, and then now it's like nothing happened for them. It's like, now they're moving back to Ohio.
Yeah, I'm not even exchanging numbers. I'm giving them your number. And the thing about it is that shit, it happens,
Right,
because
for sure.
I hate to say, I work in production. I never tell people that.
Right.
Yeah. I also think it gives, people like almost like this facade, like just like, oh, you work in TV or you work with so-and-so, you can make my dream pop. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And they give you the number and like, let's connect and, do the cliche, look at coffee thing. But it's just like, wait a minute. Like, you don't even know what exactly I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? Like what I'm producing or the kind of content I'm doing. You just hear that I'm in the industry and you just think that, you made a connect to make your thing pop. So,
Right.
The misconception is another thing.
But that's how it goes, especially in this town. Like people need some type of connection to somebody. I think here you need a connection for everything.
Yeah.
This isn't a place where you can, and I think sometimes those friendships could be built for what it is that you're trying to do at that time, and then later on they could become genuine. But this is a place where you need connection for fucking everything. You need a connection to buy clothes. You need a connection to buy shoes. You need,
shoes.
a connection to even get a job in this town. You need a connection.
But is it genuine? For example, like Ray, anybody ever?
Genuine.
Hey,
Is it that was a black thing? I'm sorry. Is it genuine? Is it genuine?
I just thought of an S curl when you said that.
Oh man, I'm sliding all over the floor, man.
Ray, let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question. Like, you in shape and shit. People ever kind of ask you like, "Oh, can
Not
you
like
give me
it used to
some
be.
pointers and working out?" I mean, does it offend you?
I think it's one of the most biggest misconceptions about somebody who's in shape is that they're a trainer.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's like weird to me. See lots of people in the gym every day working on their bodies, bettering themselves, and then they go out into the regular world and all of a sudden they're an expert at training. I don't even consider myself an expert at training. I believe that everybody, has an opinion of you, and it's generally based upon perception. And people love to say perception is reality, but I like to dwell in the truth. And the misconception is that what you see is what you get, and that's far from the truth. So it happens to me all the time. I so happen to be in the training field, but as soon as they ask me about training, and the first thing they want to know is who do I train? It's not about my skill set.
Right.
It's not about my qualifications. It's not about my experience. They want to know who I've trained, and at that point, I think they, just like Jamer said, they come to the conclusion that someone I train is someone they admire, then all of a sudden I'm worthy to train them.
Yeah.
That's how it works.
But it's weird because I think all that stems from like social media.
Yeah.
People see it and then they want to know who you are, what you do, what's this, what's that. I mean, like, for example, when I got on Facebook strictly for my family. I got family all across the United States.
Right.
And how do you keep up with your family? I jumped on Facebook.
Right.
And then next thing you know, your family's like, you're going from city to city, people I hadn't heard from. They're like, oh, you're in town. Can I get tickets to that game? Can I get tickets to this? Can I get tickets to that?
Yeah.
And it's like, well, damn, how you doing?
Yeah. Nah. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So people see that shit on social media and just go crazy.
Yeah.
But is that all right? Is that wrong? Like your cousin in town that might have tickets, you don't hit them up. It ain't like you hit them up either, but y'all still really got love for each other.
Right.
But it's like, is it wrong to mix those things? Like, what you want me to have what's up, how you doing conversation and hang up and call you right back and be like, can I get the tickets?
It's wrong. It's definitely wrong. And I'm going to tell you why it's wrong. It's wrong because you haven't deserved, you don't deserve the right to come into my life sporadically or when it benefits you for my position. If I've worked hard to get to this position in life and you haven't stayed in contact, you haven't been a part of this success, then why should you be the benefactor of the blessing that's going on in my life simply because we have the same last name?
Well, that's like an extreme one. It's like I think you might be a little overstating. It is a blessing to go to a professional sports
Absolutely.
game, right?
But it also costs money.
It does, but if it's like if you're talking about the person that you have no relationship with, I'm talking about the person that you got real love for that you don't talk to that much.
Well, the person you
and
have a relationship
thousands
with,
of people that like that.
Well, this person you have a relationship
lives.
with, you would talk to. You would
can't
know.
talk to everybody, right?
Well, I don't have social media, but everybody I care about and love, I talk to. Period.
That's not true. It's just not true. We're gonna go to homecoming, and Ray gonna see a bunch of people he care about and he love that he ain't talked to in
Hey,
years.
listen. When I get to home,
but if he found out they was in the city, it'd be like, let's get up.
When I get to
That's what it would
homecoming,
be.
there's gonna be a lot of people that I care about, a lot of people that I have love for, but they're not in my inner circle. If they were, I would have talked to them by
This
now.
wasn't you just said inner circle for the first time. I'm not talking about inner circle. I'm talking about our family that we got love for.
I have family that's not in my inner circle.
We all do, Ray.
And if they hit me up for some tickets, if I was Mike, it'd be a hell no. And that's just what it would be.
Well, it'll be a first come, first served basis.
How do you think that goes about like affecting like athletes? You know what I'm saying? Like the ones that make it big, like make it huge, and then all of a sudden they get like this cousin from nowhere, like, man,
Oh, yeah.
I've been following you, man.
It's
and
one of-
this and that, and then they want to,
It's one of the first things you have to learn as an athlete, man, is to separate. Usually you have to find a buffer. It's usually someone's wife, someone's mom, someone's brother or sister that is the buffer between that athlete and tickets. But you find out very quickly that people aren't interested in you. They're interested in your craft.
right?
Yeah.
in what you do,
Or what you can do for them. I mean, just
not
like,
who you are.
Yeah, like to, in case point, like, when I jumped on Facebook, like, I want to share like the cool things I was doing, whatever, moved to LA, whatever, like that. And a lot of my homeboys that had moved from Oakland or whatever, they were hitting me up, oh man, you going all these cool places, fly me out. And it's just like, wait, what? Like, I can't even fly you. I'm barely getting here myself, or, because I'm in the, was going, out in Hollywood. Oh yeah, me and my homegirl in town. Can we stay at your crib, or can we get? And it almost became like, hold on, like. For some of these cats, like, we wouldn't even fuck with each other like that. But now, you on my couch staying over because you needed a place to stay when you came to LA.
Right.
And that made me kind of dial it back from putting, too much information on Facebook, just because I felt like the love wasn't genuine. You know what I'm saying? Like, here I was, want to share these things and would think people was my friend, but like really they just wanted to, to come in and share like some of the good times that they saw me probably having.
Right.
But it's like the trap. I mean, for you, Jaye, it sounds like you're all about it. But let me ask you this. Legal advice is expensive,
Very.
but it could be cheap for you. Does it bother you at all that sometimes people find out you're a lawyer and next thing you know, only thing they're calling you for is, let me ask you this question about this, or let me ask you the question about that.
When that's not really being genuine, right? That's not even if you come to me like, if you come to me on some, I know it's gonna cost something, but I got a quick question. I'll be less likely to charge you. Whereas now, it's like, because of Cash App and Venmo, it's like as soon as I get the text, hey, I got a legal question for you, I shoot them back like the Cash App and the Venmo, and it's like I bill in 15-minute increments, and it's $75 every 15 minutes. So shoot that to me, and we could talk for 15 minutes. And oftentimes there's no more response, so that's
I
easy.
bet.
But then other times, I see that $75 come through, and now we got a conversation.
Yeah, I mean, and the blessing in that is you value your craft, you value your skill set.
Yeah, and I had to learn that, but also it's a difference for somebody like that. I know they would do whatever they could. They just don't have the opportunity to because I'm not in their city. I'm not doing what they could benefit me on. But should that time ever come, then they going to return that favor.
Right.
That's going to be somebody that I probably shouldn't be doing a whole lot for them that it becomes so lopsided because I'm not going to have that opportunity like they don't have that opportunity. But if it's somebody that's just the relationship is completely one-sided as far as I'm always giving you legal advice
right.
and you're not doing nothing for me when I show up to your functions, I'm still got to pay to get in or something like that, you know. But other people, it's like I walk in, I get a section. I do these things. It's a barter system that I'm all for as well.
Right.
Can you invite me out next time you get a section? Could I come be in the section with you?
I'm in like a little table at the court.
But let me ask you this, Jay. Like we talked about family members, you know, so that cousin of yours that once you became an attorney wanted to get you for the low, what do you say to that person?
Yeah.
I mean, my first cousins, you know, it ain't really a real conversation about money unless I don't have nobody that's used it so much that it's like, all right, nigga, now you got to pay. But, you know, I had a cousin that had a issue with a spouse and needed a restraining order. It wasn't no question, you know. It just wasn't a question of money. It was just, you know, okay, this is the day, this on my calendar, I'm showing up. That's no problem. So I don't, you know, I don't have those kind of cousins. I'm not aware of those cousins who are hitting me up and just trying to leech. You know, I don't particularly have that situation. Maybe that's why I'm looking at it like, damn, all my people, I got real love for.
Right.
And, you know, when I see them, I'm happy to see them. And sometimes it's like I got a cousin from Atlanta that's in a motorcycle club. The Birds, I forget the name of it at the moment. But when they had a big annual get down, he comes out, and I don't get to see him often, but when they having it, it's like, yeah, I want to come through, but I'm not like just only talking to you for these tickets to this one night. We hitting each other up on Instagram or Facebook throughout the year and whatnot, but it's like otherwise I don't really have nothing to do for you.
That's the weird thing about social media. I'm on social media now. We not for sale. You know what I'm saying? You can get at me if you want to.
That's a go. We're getting traffic.
I just don't understand why they
on Wednesday, ladies.
Consider you to be a follower. You know, it should be more like observers or stalkers or
opportunists.
You know, opportunists. Yeah, because I think that when people view the things that, you know, you post, they view it in a subjective way, in an entertainment way first. And I know this by, you know, the psychology of the situation. When I'm seeing someone scroll down their phone, they're looking for something that visually catches their eye. And whatever visually catches their eye first is what they're going to be intrigued about. And I notice how people like things that catch their eye, but it doesn't sustain them. They have to continue to like things until they have no more time, and then they have to get back to the task or whatever they were doing. And that concerns me because I find that people, they have an understanding of this and they start to do whatever they can to get that like. A young lady will take off everything. You know what I'm saying? A gentleman would do anything, you know, to the point of near death just to get, you know, someone to say that they're credible in terms of being cool. And that's challenging, man.
Yeah,
that's challenging.
That seek for attention is like magnified. Because when we was in school, in high school, you'll have that girl to wear that short pair, you know, shorts, them Daisy Dukes to get that guy attention. Right. You know what I mean? And now they can do it in their own home.
Yeah. And get paid for it.
And get paid for it.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, and get so many sponsors.
Then, you know,
so when I look at it, cool. like with me with social media, like this female created my profile on Facebook like in 2006. And I was never even on Facebook. And after a while, she started showing me like, you know, how it worked and everything. So I basically took over my own page. She was like, yeah, this is something you can tell people, you know, what you're doing and, you know, what you have going on. And I'm like, well, what I need to do that. And, you know, I'm studying computer science. I ain't got time, you know, I got to code and do all these other things and dedicate time to this. So after, kind of like I graduated, I kind of got like into it. And then, Slim showed me about Instagram. He said, everything you doing, Jay West, what I'm saying, on Instagram, you can kind of like filter your whole.
I showed you Instagram.
He's taking credit.
Yeah.
I mean, whoever.
It ain't no whoever, nigga. I showed it to you.
Jay West, like all them dark skinned niggas looking like
I was on. hey, real talk. I was on there when it was strictly for iPhone users only.
Yeah, well, one of y'all showed me, but my point is, it's kind of like we have to learn to like really in our lives, in our personal lives. This is not even with the people who we actually know. We can't confuse people who want to know who we are with people who want to know what we do. Right. Because performance-based love evaporates quickly. You know what I mean? And everybody is out there seeking for validation these days or opportunities. And they really, when they ask you what you do, Mike, they're really trying to calculate the level of respect to give you, right?
Right.
True.
And I can know that, just off jump, just me.
Want to talk.
Because before social media, I'm really like this in person. I really talk to people. I don't need that platform or anything to communicate with anybody.
And Wes, is that why, like, you're not doing it for the likes? Because if somebody didn't know you, right?
Yeah.
For somebody that don't know you, might think, man, he always trying to show off who he around. But this is just your actual regular life that you giving us. It's like the way I look at it, like you letting us peek in, and that's dope. But somebody else may look at it the way you saying it, like, you only doing it for the likes. It's
actually like who people are around. If you really focus and pay attention, I show more of my family than anything,
right.
Than any celebrity, anything, or my friends are they family, So I think it's what people want to pay attention to or who they see as more value than that family member or me and Mike at the game or, people who they just don't want to identify with. But when they see me with a Kobe Bryant, it's next level. And then they see me with him again. It's kind of like, you know what I mean? So it's really not, if you look at my social media, it's really just love. It's really, I'm not seeking validation. I'm sending wisdom messages out there. But that's me. I'm a person that never even look at my story, and I look at the person next to me, looking at everybody that view their story. I'm like, if I had time to do that shit, my whole life would be fucked up. I'm just out there living, posting shit, and logging the fuck off. You know what I mean?
But for people that don't know Wes been this way his whole life.
Yeah.
It's like so whatever if you see Wes doing some 1 minute he might post something serious and then next minute you might see him doing some goofy shit.
Right.
He's been that way his whole life, as long as I've known him. You know what I'm saying? From when we was kids, you'll see Wes just jump out of the car and start dancing, and this before
at the
Instagram, at red lights. You know what I'm saying? He's been this way like his whole life. So it's not like it's not like he's seeking for the Instagram
I mean, at
attention.
Hampton, Jay, tell you and Ray, we would be at the top of the student center and we'll just start crumping in front of everybody. It wasn't no Instagram or Facebook. It's just the energy. And I just love seeing people smile, honestly. Like, y'all my brothers. When Ray was talking about his core family, I kind of felt that because there's people in my family that I don't even, that can't even approach me because they don't know how to approach me. Like, when I get the text messages like, how are you doing? And then I get text messages like, what are you doing tonight? Or what you getting into? Those are two different motives.
Right.
So, you know what I mean, Mike? So if you text me, how are you doing? And it's just that. And then you go on with your day, but then if there's a motive behind it, you get a text message and then it's one to follow up. Or you just get that text message, what's cracking for the night, John?
Right.
Nah, I don't. It's kind of like you got to identify with the energy you want around you. And that's how I live my life.
And I think that's kind of like when you look at social media, it's like, what is your purpose? Right. What is your point?
Well, I mean, to chime in, like, I think it really depends on your motive of what you're logging on for and what you're giving your attention to. I mean, because, I definitely think there's pros and cons of social media. Correct. I mean, you could get that's how I get my information. It's almost like instant. I follow different, news pages or we work in entertainment. Sometimes, you get the latest on who able, your subject is. Yeah.
I would find jobs that way.
Yeah, jobs.
Working on
I'm a visual I'm a very visual person, so I like looking at different pictures, whether it be art, beautiful pictures of a place that I've desired to go.
Models.
Yeah, definitely models. Booty models to be particular.
Shoes.
But not kicks. Like I like kicks. Or sometimes I like to see how people piece together like their outfits and get like inspiration. Like, oh yeah, I may, but I can honestly say I also have a private page and I post my family and everything like that, and I don't necessarily want everybody to have that access to me.
Right.
That's why we're
Happy anniversary too, brother.
I appreciate it. Appreciate it.
Do you think it's getting out of hand though? Like,
Well, as far as what when you say out of hand?
well, because like when Instagram first started, it was more so like people, they posted like cool pictures. Like they posted like art, and it was like, oh damn, or they were posted like maybe a meal that they were having.
Yeah, like food porn. Like that's the thing.
And it was now it's like once they opened it up, it just got out of hand. Now people are like posting murders. And it's like, damn, this shit is getting out of hand. Like you could just it's like it takes away from your mood. Like you could be in one mood, the happiest mood ever, and then all of a sudden you open your phone and it's like a kid got shot by the police or something. It's like
that's always on my eye to start checking that because that shit is depressing.
It's depressing.
Feeling like a good day now. I see just a kid getting choked out.
Yeah, it's like the news. You can you don't have to watch the news. You know what I'm saying? And to not know what's going on, it's not like you can get away from that. But it's like just having so much access. Just bam, here it is. Oh shit! The police shot this guy, and it's on film.
Yeah, we're in the demand era. Like we could get anything at the snap of a finger. Like you know what I'm saying. Like but I will say when you ask the question of is it getting out of hand? I do think it's getting out of hand in the sense of people judging their worth from likes.
Right.
I think that's a real problem because what I'm saying, somebody could be living their best life or whatever. And I hate that the wording because it's so cliche, but somebody could be living their life and everything like that, but because they only have 15 likes opposed to somebody that has a larger following and they just post a slice of pizza or something like that, and they're like, oh man, I'm not as important as them. How do I get people to like me? How do I get and they distract from their worth.
But if you think about the numbers, it really pans out. If you got 1,000 followers and you're getting 15 likes, how many times you seen people have 10 million followers and get 100,000 likes? That's it's really like the same shit.
Yeah, but
the
still,
percentage is there, but the algorithm as far as how many views is different, which goes to, it's kind of funny. Wes is here. He can probably speak to this, but there is a rhythmic way that people market things. Mm-hmm. There is timing. There is posting specific things that is, catchy enough to catch a variety of likes. It's kind of weird, man. I've been around this social media without being a part of it. So much, right? Yeah. I've seen. I mean, in training, to me, what I do is kind of unheard of. My business is a word of mouth business, and my business is sustained by clients that I've serviced on an individual basis who recommend me to other clients.
But you know what, Ray? And this is what I want to ask you, because you're probably, man, if I know 10 people, you're probably the only person out of that 10 that I know that is not on social media.
Right.
What made you make that conscious decision? Because we talk about the bad of social media, but there's also the really good of social media. I mean, you look at the whole Black Lives Matter movement and other things that have come from social media, and I swear, Black Twitter, I don't know what the hell Black Twitter is. I thought it was a real thing. I'm like, is there blacktwitter.com? I'm trying to figure shit out. But how you made that conscious decision not to have social media? Why and what?
I came into the social media era, just like Wes said, in college when Facebook was only for college students. And the first experience I had, I got, somebody was using my pictures to catfish people. And, it was kind of funny at first. And then I met a young lady who came up to me and was like, so what's up? You never hit me back. I was shocked. Like, huh? Like, what do you mean? And she wasn't attractive, and she showed me the page and showed me, someone had been talking to her for weeks,
Right.
using my pictures, and it was crazy. And then of course, as I transitioned in life and moved past college, I was very concerned with the imagery, man, of me living a double life.
Right.
To be honest with you, I had a variety of different relationships at the same time, and I didn't want that to be something that kind of was the staple of how somebody could see or catch up to the things that I was doing potentially with another young lady.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, when you moved like how me and my fellow Aries, Ray Lewis, moved in college, you really didn't want to be all out there like that. I'm gonna just leave it at that.
Josh, I'm gonna say this once. Your ass was out there, dog. You always been out there.
Hey, but you did not know who I this and that with. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll give you that. But boy, I remember first time seeing you was dancing on top of the student center with red dice hanging from your ass. Like,
Hey, that was the Tommy the Clown days. Hey, we took that culture. Hey, we took that culture all the way to him.
I don't think you can get more off Fresh Street than that.
Let's be clear. I was the year before, and Elliot Coney was doing the stripper dance. That was a couple cats was doing stripper.
Cold,
when
boy.
Wes touched down on campus, it was like really real talk. Other cats from other jurisdictions in their rooms trying to practice because they had never seen crumping. And they remember the Harlem Shake was out and all these other dances from other regions that they would do. But when crumping came, it don't matter what music, what it was, because they crumped to everybody music, shut everything down. And I seen Wes change the whole culture.
Definitely.
Of the
I mean, there
campus.
wasn't no West Coast Wednesdays, until Wes, I believe, arrived. And seeing that sold me.
But what's interesting about that? Like, I would dance and be out there, in the middle of it, all the girls around, but nobody actually knew kind of like who I was messing with as far as, females and it was still
sight.
just like I do all this now with Laker games and everything, but nobody know what I actually do for a living. It's always that mysterious vibe I always carry with me. And with Ray, he kind of got the same thing, and I want to say, when you have people, searching for validation on social media, and then you have, these mental health issues where people are killing themselves over these things. Oh, I didn't get enough attention, or this, this person got more likes than me. This is a serious issue.
Right.
It's a real mental health issue, and I want to ask Ray, is that why you kind of like disconnect with it, on the fact that you want to protect your peace?
I mean, I will be the first to admit, man, that I'm very influenced by what people think about me. And a lot of people, I think, don't understand that in terms of their peace. And since I, kind of cut my teeth in the mental health field in terms of psychology and people's mentality, I have a firm understanding on how I keep myself mentally sharp. And since I care about what people think, I choose to be around great energy and people that I love and care about, so that I know that their observations are constructive. Bottom line is, it's not about a like, it's not about this. If one of my brothers or one of my sisters sees something that I'm doing that's not positive, I would expect them to call me out on it, and vice versa. But I know that when people show me love in my inner circle, is real love. And if people are disliking what I'm doing, then I'm very quick to pay attention to it, to figure out, what's going on. These are people that know me, love me, want the best for me. So yes, that is true, Wes. I do give a fuck about what people think about me, especially what people say about me. I take that kind of serious, and I think if somebody sent me a DM saying the wrong thing, it would probably be an issue.
And I definitely admire that about you, because, we're in the age where we pretty much give up that right to be private, to a FOMO, fear of missing out, to kind of share like, oh, well, I'm doing this too, or I'm doing that too, and give everyone all this access, or feel like we have to post every meal we eat, or shoot every time we touch down a new city, whatever you want to share. But it's almost like, if I didn't film it, then it didn't happen. Right, so I got to show people that I'm doing this or going through this. Right. So, but I could actually commend you on that with keeping private, and knowing what is your vice or something that, could be destructive to you, and staying clear of that, to keep your peace.
And what I want to add is, being that I do get business from social media.
Yeah.
There's no two ways about that. And then, I might see another attorney do something on social media and get like 10, 20,000. I'm like, nigga, I do this every day.
Right.
But, it's just all about it. It that does have some kind of effect as well. When you see what you doing or what somebody else is doing getting acknowledged hell of and what you doing, since I'm on social media, I see it. If I wasn't, I wouldn't care because it wouldn't be in my thought process.
I hear about it all the time. Successful trainers. I truly believe there's a couple brothers that's in my inner circle, that I love and care about that are also trainers. Jason's not here. I think he's one of the best trainers in the world. My boy Hawk, Ron Boss Everline, one of the best trainers in the world. James Abrams, one of the best trainers in the world. These are people I love and respect, and I think that all of them are, at the top of their specific field. And we dialogue and discuss our businesses quite often, but I don't want to be any one of those brothers. And I think that those brothers don't want to be me, and we have our own lane, and we're not competitive with each other in terms of who's generating the most income or what we're trying to accomplish. I think, we're all providing for our families, and we all feel very blessed to do it. And that's what social media, I think, takes away. It makes you competitive about things that really
unnecessarily
dismember your train of thought as far as you should be focused on yourself and on your own business.
Absolutely.
But naturally, when you see another brother doing something and you're better than him, or your win percentage is better, and he's not this or he's not that, and you start to probably feel discouraged or get upset about what's going on.
Wes,
it happens.
If you were running Instagram, how would you change it to make it where it's not so influential, where it makes it where people don't feel bad about not getting likes? Would you kind of conceal likes? How would you make Instagram where because we talk about mental health and things like that, and we were just talking about I didn't get enough likes, or I didn't get this. How would you change it?
If I was to change anything, because first off, it starts with the person. Without social media, the insecurities are there. You know what I mean? With each individual, I believe that. I think Instagram is more just exposing those insecurities.
Yeah, that's a bore.
You know what I mean? But if I was to, do anything, that the algorithms, I would make it more balanced. So when you look on your timeline, you won't just see kind of like the same thing going into. It's kind of like when the computer gets all these different information. At one point, your computer is going to break down.
Right.
So you're going to have to reboot the system to start off fresh. So I would either limit people access to certain things and create algorithms where it's a diversity of just different things to learn from. It just wouldn't be overloaded or saturated, which I have seen people do. They have this thing where you everything is based about what you like, or people whose page you visit.
Right.
And stuff. But it starts with the person. You got to unplug yourself from social media. Last year I took 5 months off. It really didn't affect me because I was still doing it. People, but it's funny. People were texting me like, "Hey, are you good?" People, I was like, "Hey." They was like, "You good, Jay? I ain't seen you on Instagram in like 5 months. Like, you good?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm good."
I think the weird thing is what it boils down to is what you like, because Tusick be sending me shit. Apparently, he think I like to see people get knocked the fuck out, but you find some amazing videos of people getting knocked the fuck out.
Hey, but Mikey, you know what? Mikey does like to see people get knocked.
I do.
You know what I'm saying? It's coming from a guy that worked for Affliction for you know what I'm saying?
True that.
And he was definitely used to seeing motherfuckers get knocked the fuck out.
Rampage choked me out one night just because I wanted to see what it felt like to go to sleep.
Well, you asked Wes what he would do. I'm going to tell you what I would do on Instagram.
Tell me, C-No, what would you
I'll
do?
put trousers on all these young ladies twerking all this ass out here. Because it's making these hard guys, married guys, making it hard for us at home. When we're scrolling through, we're trying to see some nice family programming, some nice plants, flowers, and I see some shaking ass. Takes me all out of my zone. Then my wife comes. It's terrible, man.
But you know,
put some pants on all these women.
About that is I talked about this with somebody earlier. The crazy part about how the times have shifted. At one point in time, women that were strippers, they strip and look.
You didn't know.
You didn't know.
Right.
It's look, hey, look, don't you tell none of your friends where I dance at.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because, like, I ain't been there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'd had a couple. And it's like, don't you tell none of your friends where I dance at. I don't want to see them. And then it's like, now, it's like
Promotion. If you don't come see
open,
me,
like,
Oh,
you know
yeah.
what I'm saying? And now it's like they even promote it, like, look,
Oh, my God.
I'm gonna
Don't
be
come
at this
see me and
club
make it
tonight.
rain.
Come through.
No chop.
We turning up, and we,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And it was like one club I kind of noticed, like, the girl was like, hey, can you buy me a drink? So they poured vodka in mine and poured water in hers, but they didn't think I caught it. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh, okay. So they got me paying $15 for fucking water. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
So what do you guys think about, I mean, just the overall aspect of social media influencing kids? You know, I mean, to me, it's kind of a big deal. We're pretty much all fathers in the room, and Wes is a superior uncle. You know, for my son, you know, I have strong opinions about what he sees and what he views and what he has access to. You know, so I mean, it's kind of interesting to think about these kids having so much access to all of this ass, or having so much access to all of these things that, you know, you couldn't see. You know, it's such a big deal to see some of these things.
I think
put
you
it
gotta
out there
watch
like
it,
that.
man. I think you do. It's heavy, and you don't want to, you know, feel like a snoop, but you definitely gotta watch
Yeah.
these.
I'm just more so scared for like this younger generation's like mental state of mind for that shit, because like, you know, like when we were when we were kids, we would sit outside and shoot on each other for hours, just talk shit about you know, this person, talk about their mama, and we didn't take it serious. We knew we was brothers.
Cause it was
And then
5 or 10 of y'all.
and-
It wasn't
and-
your video ain't go viral.
but I'm saying, but we can still take that. We can take a joke. And it's like their joking is on a different scale. And some kids that, you know, like you got a lot of these kids that killing themselves over. And then it's like, I remember telling, just look at it this way. When you watch the internet now, these kids are fighting everywhere. So just imagine you go to a school over in LA, you get beat up, someone's recording it, and like kids just knocked you out. Right?
And it goes viral.
And it goes viral. And now you're like, your mom like, okay, the kids over there are picking on you. Don't worry, we'll take you way on the other side of town. And by the time you get there, everyone's looking like, is that the kid in the video?
Yeah,
Right.
absolutely.
And now it's like those kids are picking on you now too.
Yeah, and I think that's part of the problem with the advancement of technology. I mean, just like you said, you know, back in the day, you get your ass whooped. You know, the only person that
Knew was the
people that was there. You know, word of mouth. But now, you know, you got people. You know, your videos going viral, getting thousands, millions of views. You got everybody commenting, "Oh, he knocked your pussy ass out. Oh, he was a sucker." Or and you got all this judgment
to the
coming on you
comments.
on top of you getting your ass whooped, and it's just like pushing certain people in, you know, over the edge. And I mean, I think that's just one of the curses with technology and the advancement. Just like, you know, even kids are going to be, you know, growing up socially awkward. You know, we were almost, you know, it wasn't no safe zone for you. Like when you got in the elevator, like, oh, I don't want to talk to this person, so I'll just look to my phone. Or in the club, I'll just look at my phone. You know, you just have to just really, you know, hey, man, what you doing? Okay, you know, like, technology is eliminating all that shit, giving people a safe place to go, giving
iPads,
you online
iPads
access,
at 2 years old.
shopping, baking.
It's even changing the way we club. I remember back in the day when me and Wes was going out at 16, we'd run up on the back of a chick and grind on her.
Yeah.
Now it's like you do that now, it's like somebody's
look at you
gonna punch the
crazy.
shit out of you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
A lot of them still doing that, but one thing about this, you know what I mean?
As
one
we
thing,
talk about committing sexual assault.
yeah, but one thing about it, you got
go watch
kids, because you asked a question.
shows.
These kids, they're growing up, you know, we're putting these iPads in their laps at
Right.
2 years old.
Right.
I mean, when we were, I mean, not only were we bagging and joking on each other, but we were actually playing basketball till the lights came on, you know, the street lights came
Right.
on. You know,
Riding
we're going on
bikes.
different blocks,
Yeah.
popping willies, bike. A lot of these kids don't even know how to talk to each other, or and talk to the opposite sex, or and approach or court a woman. You know what I mean? It's so many different variables in this issue, and I think it's very dangerous.
It is.
I think it's very
Because
dangerous.
we thrived off of that, man.
Yeah.
We loved the fact when we
my
walked
God.
up to a female, we like, hey, did you get shot down? Like, nah, nigga.
And it wasn't to
I wrote her number
record.
down.
It was really just to, in like I coach basketball, and I deal with these kids in the community, and you have all these kids nowadays seeing a move they seen somebody do, and then they're trying to do it against each other to go viral. So basically, these kids, they're playing basketball and trying to go viral and do these moves that they see their heroes doing.
Wes is doing moves, man.
But the kid that's actually going to advance is the kid that's working on his fundamentals and actually, working on going to these camps and advancing their actual technique so they can surpass all these kids that's out there trying to just
But
shoot
you
threes
tried to
all
do
day.
that Iverson move too. When that commercial came out, when the Iverson back in the day, he did. We all
But I couldn't
that.
do it like Iverson, so I stuck to what I did best.
Yeah, and
how I
if you
think
tried that in the
these
game,
kids
it's 100% traveling. And
are carrying.
I mean, but is it?
Are carrying too.
But is it really that? Is it really that different from seeing Bruce Lee kick some ass back in the day? You go and try to use some karate in
I
the
never
fight.
tried to be Bruce.
Yeah, Bruce was 5 foot tall, and I knew that shit wasn't gonna work.
And a lot of that shit we knew was just
Bruce
for the
would whip
movies.
your ass. bro.
Well, listen,
He would have tried.
I didn't know any of that because I thought I was a ninja back in the day.
Yeah,
and I
right?
jumped
Right.
off the second story.
That shit ain't how'd that work out.
That
Not
bump
too
on your
good.
head, that bump on your head says it all.
Remember y'all used to jump on the back of ice cream trucks and just like
Right.
ride it,
Yeah,
and
right.
see where it takes you. Like,
Yeah.
time out.
we don't
The
see
bus.
kids doing
No.
shit like that. One might not be
No,
legal.
that,
Well, it wasn't
that was
legal then, but-
definitely east of the 110.
I think what Wes is saying is very important, though, man, which is why I brought up the topic. We got to get back to the basics. Social interaction is very important.
Very.
We got to teach these kids, man, to be forthright and speaking up, giving firm handshakes and looking at people in the eye.
Facts.
I mean, and I'm talking for the young men. That is, I have a young man, so these are the things that I'm teaching and training and coaching on a daily basis, and I think those things pay off in the long term, and hopefully they really bring back that resilience of making sure that everybody has an opportunity to be known. You have to be known. You have to state your claim in this world and let people know who you are.
And conflict
facts.
resolution is problematic through social media because people aren't talking to each other. They really think, like, if I at this person, that's really having that face to face.
Right.
Like, that's what it is. Instead of just talking to me, you putting it out there now is blowing up. So conflict resolution in the social media area is something we really need to address and work on.
Right.
And as a parent, like just piggybacking off what you said, Ray, like and parents like just also what concerns the social media. Have timeout breaks, like from the phone, like no phone zones. I know even like something I practice even with my family, like just so we don't get too comfortable in front of the TV. I make it a point to let's just be outside all day. And just go, whether we're going on a walk, garden, shopping, whatever, just being out and about and not being in front of a screen, just breathing the fresh air and
idea.
everything like that,
Sounds expensive.
Oh my God. See? All perception, dog. I do a lot of free shit.
A lot of money, nigga.
The last time he did that, he was in Greece.
Dog.
Hey.
You could pack a lunch. I've seen you do it.
Yeah,
you
you've
could
seen
go
me
hiking. That's
pack a
free.
lunch.
Museums. Come on, dog. Like visiting family. Come on, man. Don't make me out to be something I'm not.
Expo line out to Santa Monica, huh?
Dog. All right, man. I'm done with you, niggas.
It's safe to say Hollywood got that bump.
No.
Definitely got
Nigga,
a
you got a
bump at the
chinchilla
job.
Nike sweatshirt on, nigga, in the middle of summer.
It's alpaca.
This motherfucker got a
Alpaca.
built-in cooling system.
Yo,
No, it's hot. I feel it emitting.
I'm sweating just
I'm
off of you
sweating
because
because
of all these heat vibes and raves.
hey,
I don't
y'all
wanna
make
hear
sure
shit.
y'all check out this sweatshirt. 'Cause
Oh man,
It don't do
I'ma
it justice.
definitely post
Yo,
that.
like
On
the
We Not
helpful
For Sale.
Honda dealers, We Not For Sale is here to help you out. We talking social media. Hope y'all enjoyed it. Wes, I'm gonna come to you for the last minute, for the busted minute, even though Busted's not here. Talk to the people.
Busted. What's happening?
Yes, sir, man. Yeah, man. Just I just want everybody just to know that everybody on Earth has flaws, and nobody's perfect. And when it comes to social media, are just in life. Don't do things for validation to be liked by someone else. You know, I just want everybody, you know, to be themselves, love themselves, and don't go out there and look for a successful personality and try to duplicate it. You know, stay in tune to what excites you, who you are as a person. And remember, your version of real life, that's nothing you should compare to someone control online content. That's very important because you're just seeing everybody highlights. Nobody is out there showing their vulnerabilities or their weaknesses. So you got to keep that frame of mind and just know that nobody's perfect. You know, just be, you know, genuine. That's all I say. And confidence before compliments. You did.
And at the end of the day,